So again, I'm welcoming you to another part of this Indian polity video. So in the last part, we have discussed until this fundamental rights. Now, in this part, we'll start with Union Executive, which is part 5 of Indian Constitution. So Article 52 to 78. So here, Article 52 provides the office of the President of India. So the President of India is also considered as the first citizen of country, and he should be a citizen of India having completed uh, age of 35 years. Okay, so the person has to have the age of minimum age is 35 years. Next, this Article 54 is explaining the rules of say election of president. So where one can cast vote, he or she should be the member of parliament, either house, and a member of legislative assembly and elected member of Legislative Assembly of Union Territories of Delhi, Pondicherry, Jammu and Kashmir. Next article, this 56, this defines the term of president, which is 5 years. Next, impeachment of president is Article 61. Then Article 62 is the vacancy of president. So here I'm just putting the all necessary information. So this is again not for the one who is starting to study Indian polity. It is one for who have already studied and need some revision. So here we are discussing about some powers and functions of president. So the executive powers. The executive power, he appoints prime minister and other ministers, chief justice and judge of Supreme Court and High Court, the Attorney General of India, uh, CAG chairman and the members of UPSC, Chief Election Commissioner and other members of Election Commission, governors and members of Finance Commission. He has legislative power to summon a joint sitting. Okay, this is joint sitting of both the houses of parliament, and that joint sitting should be headed by the Speaker of Lok Sabha. Next, address the parliament at the announcement of the uh, position of. I'm putting this in the red mark. Okay, so that means the last session of the parliament and the first session of each year is addressed by President of India, and nominated he can nominate 12 members in Rajya Sabha and 2 members in Anglo-Indian community to Lok Sabha. Next is President's prior recommendation or permission is required in certain type of bill such as money bill and creation of new state bill. So here prior recommendation is required. Next, he can promulgate ordinance when parliament is not in session. Then financial power, that money bill can be introduced in the parliament only with his prior recommendation. Judicial power is he appoint chief justice and other judges of Supreme Court and High Court, and he can seek. This is not SWK seek. He can seek advice from Supreme Court or any question of law or fact that is under Article 143. So he can ask judicial review. Next is emergency power. So we have this three emergencies article for that. So one is Article 352. This is arising out of war, external aggression, and armed rebellion within the country. So these are the grounds where national emergency can be say constitute or sorry implemented. Next, institutional emergency is Article 356, arising out of failure of constitutional machinery in the state is also called as President's rule. So at this point also President can rule. That is more of a legislative say emergency other than this like anything related to war and say anything related to crime or rebellion. Next is financial emergency, which is Article 360, which is arising out of trap of financial stability, say suppose India is taking too much credit and the financial situation is not that good. So at that point, this financial emergency can be, say, this Article 360 can be implemented. Next, first emergency was declared in 1962 due to Chinese aggression. Second, during Indo-Pak War in 1971. Third, during 1975 on the ground of internal disturbance. So, at that time, there were some internal disturbances. So, I think this year is also important, 1970, say 5. So, after 1975, there is 42nd Amendment was there in 1976. So 42nd Amendment, there was lots of, say, amendments were made. Okay, so at that time the political machinery of the state was not, say, in good, say, condition. So from the historic data, Rajendra Prasad was the first president of India. Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan was the second president, also first vice president of India. Dr. Zakir Hussain was the third president of India. So it is the third. V.V. Giri was the first acting president. So here we have to just make the correction for, like, we should put in, say, capital letters so that we V.V. Giri. Okay, so K.R. Narayan was the first Dalit president. Draupadi Murmu is the first tribal president. Pratibha Devi Singh Patil was the first woman president. So these are some historical fact about the president of India. Next is vice president. So Article 63. Okay, Article 63 provides the salary and office of vice president. So he should complete his age of 35. So for being president and vice president, the minimum age should be 35. And Article 69 is oath of the office of vice president. So here also, vice president has term 5 years. So in terms of powers and function, so vice president of India is ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. So this is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. And in absence of, say, president, vice president will take the charge of president of India. Okay, so president, when vacancies occur in the office due to resignation or death or otherwise. So if there is a vacancy in the, say, office of president due to resignation or resignation, removal, death or otherwise, so he can act as president. He can act as president, but only for period of 6 months. Okay, so Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan was the first vice president of India. Dr. Zakir Hussain was the second vice president of India. So Jagdeep Dhankar is the latest say, vice president of India. So these are the fact that we have to learn about president and vice president. So next is prime minister. So before starting, I want to, like, highlight one point is that if there is a question that what is the term of prime minister. So thing is that for president and vice president, the term is only defined. For prime minister, the term of prime minister is not fixed. Okay, so some of you might get confused with 5 years, but this 5 years is not guaranteed, or this is not has to be necessary. Some prime minister can act more than 5 years. Okay, so or it can be for a few, say, years only or few days only. Okay, so there is no fixed term that is given for prime minister. Okay, so Article 75 says the prime minister shall be appointed by president. Okay, so Article 75 said that prime minister, or this is also called as head of council of minister. Next, this prime minister guide, direct and control the activities of council of ministers. So mainly the main executive functionaries are vested upon the hand of prime minister. So he doesn't take all the decisions by himself. He has the council of ministers, and those council of ministers are say guided by different say officials or say learned person from different say industries and different say different areas. Okay, uh, but some cases the prime minister can address president, so he can address president with respect to appointment of uh, officials like it will be CAG, that is comptroller and at say account general. Next is sorry, comptroller and auditor general. Next is attorney general of India and chairman and members of UPSC, election commission and finance commission. So he can advise regarding this particular say appointments. Next we have this Rajya Sabha, which is under Article 80. So total 250 representative, 238 from the state and 12 from 12 sorry 238 from states and union territories, 12 nominated by president. So this is 12 nominated by president was also in the included in the say power and functions of president. Then another important thing is Rajya Sabha is a permanent body, so it has made by British government only. I think say if you recall from I think the Council Indian Councils Act or I think Government of India Act. So they have made this upper house and lower house system. So Rajya Sabha is a permanent body. So Rajya Sabha is permanent. Only the thing is that it is not subject to dissolution. Okay, it is not going to be terminated or dissoluted. One third of the members retire every 2 years. So in that way, so every 2 year we have new members and one third of the members are replaced. So in that case, the term of say the term of member of Rajya Sabha is 6 year. Okay, and there is no seat reserved for SC and ST in Rajya Sabha. So in the elections that we cast vote for say members of parliament, so there are say some constituency where or some seats are reserved for ST and SC, but here it is not reserved. Next is Lok Sabha, which is also called as lower house, and the maximum strength is 552. Two members from Anglo-Indian community, those will be say nominated by President of India. Next, present strength is 545. Then Article 84 is qualification of members of parliament. So for Lok Sabha it is 25 and this is Rajya Sabha is 30 years. So Lok Sabha is 25 years. So to become a member of Lok Sabha, we need you only need 25 years, and Rajya Sabha is only 30 years. And allocation of seats in parliament. So thing is that which state has how many seats in the parliament or Lok Sabha is that Uttar Pradesh has 18 Lok Sabha, 31 in Rajya Sabha. Maharashtra has 48 in Lok Sabha and 19 in Rajya Sabha. West Bengal has 42 in Lok Sabha and 16 in Rajya Sabha. So for our state, we have 14 in Lok Sabha and 7 in Rajya Sabha. So total say number of seats in the our legislative assembly is 126, and if we divided it by 9, then we'll get 14. So this is how the 9 constituency of MLA or member of legislative assembly is combining to get one in say member of parliament. So we can remember it that way also. Next, Article 93 is regarding the Speaker of Lok Sabha. So he should be elected by Lok Sabha. That means he should be elected for Lok Sabha, and after the first meeting he will be say appointed as the Speaker of Lok Sabha. So he can preside over a joint sitting of two houses of parliament. So this is one of his say power. He certifies a bill as money bill and his decision cannot be challenged. Okay. So first, this Lok Sabha speaker was GV Mavalankar. Next, this Article 108 is for joint sitting. So when it comes Article 108, we can relate with that this particular say topic. Okay, the joint sitting takes place if a bill passed in one house is rejected by another. The amendments made by other house is not acceptable to the house where the bill was originated, and the other house do not take any action for 6 months of the bill. Okay, so either of this case, the joint sitting will take place. So there have been three times in the history of Parliament: 1961, 78, and 2002. Joint sitting took place. Okay, so only three times, and I think this is 61 is during this China aggression, and 78 I think this is the correction of mini constitution. I think that was 46th amendment. Okay, so in 44 42nd, sorry, 42nd amendment of 1976 we have lots of correction in the constitution, and this is 44th amendment of 1978. Okay, so I think for that reason only, so there has been this joint cheating was there. Okay, so I think these are historic data. I'm just putting as I feel this kind of informations may be important. Okay, so sessions of parliament. So generally, sessions of parliament is set for three sessions in a year, and there should not be a gap more than 6 months between two sessions of parliament. Okay, money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha, not in Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha cannot remove the Council of Ministers by passing a no confidence motion, and a bill is proposed for legislation and it is become act or law when it is duly enacted. So then one example is the Citizenship Amendment Bill. It was CAB and later it becomes CAA. So it is Citizenship Amendment Act. So those are the things this is line trying to implement, sorry, indicate, which is the a bill proposed for legislation. Bill, it is called as bill. Then when it enact, it is called as act or law. A bill may be classified under four categories. Okay, ordinary, money, financial, and constitutional amendment bills. Okay, so in these categories, bills can be say classified. Okay, a bill passes through five stages. First reading. So a bill passed through five stages: first reading, second reading, third and third reading in the respective house. Next, the bill will be passed through the second house, and after that, president will give the final decision before enacting. But the money bill doesn't follow in that path, so we don't need that the functionality of the working of bill. But these are the some basic say things that a bill passed through. Next, Article 112, okay, that deals with annual financial statement, that is also called as budget. Budget is a term for the bag that the financial statements is carried. Okay, there is no such word of budget in the constitution. Okay, only the term annual financial status is there. Okay, so from 2017, railway budget has been merged. Okay, this is not merged with general budget. So that is under the recommendation of Vivek Devroy committee. So sometimes this kind of committees may get importance. Next, another important term related to these are all related to Parliament. So Consolidated Fund of India, which is Article 266, which is it is the fund which keep all the receipt credited and all the payments are debited. That means here all the receipt means all the revenues are say say deposited and the related expenditures were cleared. Okay. Next, another important fund is this is Contingency Fund of India. which is comes under Article 267. This is controls by Finance Secretary. This Article 266, which is Consolidated Fund of India, so that is under the supervision of our Parliament. Okay, so this is Finance Secretary on the behalf of President. Okay. Next, there is another important say article which is Public Account of India, that is under Article 266 2. Okay, so sometimes they might ask the questions directly from these articles. Okay, which is what article? So in that way, we have to remember. Okay, if you can remember what actually they mean or has the controlling power, that is also fine and good. Next is Supreme Court of India, which is under Article 122. Supreme Court of India was inaugurated on 28 January 1950. Chief Justice of India is appointed by President. Okay. Next, judges of Supreme Court can hold office until the age of 65. Okay. Read jurisdiction, Article 32 regarding fundamental rights. Okay. High Court, as 2023 there are 25 High Courts. Latest is the High Court of Telangana, which is the 25th High Court. Article 217 is the appointment of judges. Okay, judges of High Court hold office till the age 62. So here Supreme Court judges can hold the office up to 65, and judges of High Court can hold the office until age 62. Okay, and this read jurisdiction is Article 32 for Supreme Court, and read jurisdiction 226 for this is for High Court. Next, this is governor. So governor comes under Article 153. So this is now become state executives. So we have already finished the union executive. Now this is comes under state executive. So governor, Article 153. Article 155 is the article for appointment of governor. Article 157 states that the governor should have the age of 35 years. And next is a governor appoints advocate general of a state. Okay, state election commissioners. Okay, chairman and members of state public service commission, and this is vice chancellors and vice chancellors of state universities. Okay, next chief minister comes under Article 164. So there is a link between these two things, is that governor is Article 153 and the office of president comes under Article 52. Now this is comes under chief minister comes under Article 164, and I think prime minister comes under Article 75. Okay, so if I'm not wrong, I think it should be 75. Okay, let's check if we can. Yes, so Article 75. So this is how we have to relate those things. There is some difference between there. So around 90 here in this case around. This is not. I have mistaken here. The governor is Article say. So not mistaken. Okay. Our governor is Article 153 and president is Article 52, I guess. Okay. Article 52 provides the office of President of India. Okay, so again, if I have made any mistake regarding any information, please say highlight this so that I can do the corrections in the like given time. Next, MLA should have the age of 25. Also, the MP should have the age of 25. Governor and I think president both need to be have age 35. Also, vice president need to have the age 35. Okay, so there's this simple logic is that the vice president can be a president if there is a vacancy in the say office of president. So he must have to be clear that say required age for president also. And the members of Rajya Sabha, it has to have the age of 30 years. Next is there's some information about this Panchayati Raj system. So Balwant Rai Mehta committee. So they recommend this is should be three-tier Panchayati Raj system. So Balwant Rai Mehta committee that is related to Panchayati Raj. Next, 1977 government appoint Ashok Mehta committee to examine Panchayati Raj infrastructure. Next again, L.M. Singhvi committee recommended constitution status for local bodies in 1986. So first three-tier Panchayati Raj system was adopted by Rajasthan in 1959. I think on the recommendation of Balwant Rai Mehta committee. Okay. Next, village panchayat block and parliament. There's Zilla Samiti and Zilla Parishad. Panchayat Samiti, Zilla Parishad. So that thing we already know. Then the 73rd Amendment Act of 1992 inserted new part in the constitution as Part 9, and the municipalities under 243 P to 243 ZG. Okay, local self-government unit in urban as through the 74th Amendment Act of 1992. So we have added Panchayati Raj system at municipalities in this say year 1992. Okay, so I don't have much knowledge about these things. Say I know about Panchayati Raj, but say further we have to add information here. But I think these are say good enough for any kind of competitive examination. I'm not talking about the highest levels here. Next, official language. So official language comes under say articles 343 to 351. Okay, so Devanagari script. Hindi is written in Devanagari script as official language of the Union. Official Language Commission is under BG Khar, or BG Kher in 1955. So now we have 22 official language. Sindhi added in 21st Amendment Act of 1967. So Sindhi language was added in 21st Amendment Act of 1967. Konkani, Manipuri and Nepali, they were added in 75th Amendment Act 1992. Okay, so 74th Amendment Act was municipalities, 73rd Amendment Act was Panchayati Raj, if I'm not wrong, yes, and 75th Amendment Act was regarding these three languages, Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali. Okay, so next you can see frequent questions about these four languages, which are Bodo, Dogri, Moithali and Santhali, was added in 92nd Amendment. So this act become quite important, and this is not to 2023, it is 2003. Okay, so these are related to language. Okay, so we cannot cover every articles in the constitution, but just we are taking the important ones. Okay, so related to CAG, the article is 148. So V. Narahari Rao is the first CAG. Then Attorney General is under Article 76. So term of office is not fixed for Attorney General. Next, Election Commission was constituted on 25th January 1950. Also, this 25th January, as in that day, Election Commission was constituted. So this day is also called as National Voters Day. Now, Article 324 comes under for election commissioner. Okay, so article 324 is for election commissioner is appointed by the president for 6 years or till the age 65, whichever is earlier. Okay, next Sukumar Sen is the first election commissioner. Sukhbir Singh is the now election commissioner. Okay, so before I think RC Jain or someone who was there and he resigned or say he left the position during the time of election. Okay, and this the thing that we have this option nota that was first introduced in 2013. So if you are not say selecting any candidate, you can put this nota. Next, UPSC, this comes under article 315. UPSC are appointed, so chairman I think are appointed by the president. So UPSC are appointed by the president, chairman and the other members of UPSC appointed by the president. I think this is repeated. Okay. Chairman and the other members of the UPSC commission is appointed by the president. They, oh, I don't know what it is meaning, but they will take the office for 6 years or 65 years, whichever is earlier, I guess. Okay. Age of retirement for the Public Service Commission of State is 62. Okay. So these are again same with say Supreme Court and High Court. So UPSC and APSC, I think you can say. So the retirement age is 65 and 62. Next, Finance Commission of India is Article 280. President constitute Finance Commission every 5 year, and this year Finance Commission is established, and I have forgotten the name of the commissioner. Whichever we have, like we have already say like we have discussed this topic, new finance commissioner. Okay, if I'm given the options, maybe I will be able to say guess the name, but right now I have forgot it. So this new commission is established, and they have to prepare a report, I think, by after 1 year. Okay. Next, RTI, which is Right to Information Act, become on 2005 and come to operation in 12 October 2005. Okay, sometimes this question may ask, so that's why I have seen in many previous year questions, so that's why I have put in this information. Next, Planning Commission of India has been replaced by Niti Aayog. Okay, so this is National Institution for Transforming India. This is Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman. This is not official, officio chairman of Niti Aayog. The Prime Minister mm, of India is also the chairperson. Chief Executive Officer is appointed for Niti Aayog. So right now, the Chief Executive Officer for Niti Aayog is BVR Subramani. Okay. Before it was Amitabh Kant, which was again the Sherpa of G20 summit. Okay, so these are the information regarding Niti Aayog, which I can remember. Then this important say schedule, which is anti-defection law. It is comes as 52nd Amendment Act of 1985, provided for disqualification of members of parliament and state under ground of defection. This is not defection. This is defection on the ground of. This is not underground. On the ground of defection. That means changing political parties. Okay, after winning. Okay. Next is Lokpal and Lokayukta. So this act was in 2013. Okay. So Parliament to provide establishment of body of Lokpal for Union Lokayukta for the state to inquire allegations and corruption against certain public functionaries and method connecting them. Okay. Next is National Human Rights Commission. It is a statutory body under Act of Protection of Human Rights 1993. Next, National Commission for ST and SC, which is National Commission of SC and ST. This is established under 338 and 338A, and this is important article 368, which has the Parliament to power to amend the Constitution. Okay, so sorry. So I am actually correcting the informations also. So these are for the time being, say from Indian polity. So hope you are doing your preparation well, and if you have spotted any mistakes or any information, anything from any mistake from my side, please let me know so that I can correct all these things, which again can be beneficial for both of us. Okay, so thank you for watching, and well, prepare well. Thank you.